growing on, everyone? Welcome to my backyard garden. We are in the month of May. We're coming towards the end of May, and I am so excited to show you what I've got growing on back here. Now, this is my second full year of gardening. The first year I started gardening on a balcony, so don't let anyone tell you that you can't garden anywhere, because you definitely can. As long as you have some soil, some containers, some light, and some water, you are good. If you want to know more tips about growing on a balcony, let me know in the comments below, because I got you. But anyway, let's get straight into this May garden tour. Now, I still have so many chores and things that I need to do. I have a lot of things I need to get planted out, seed starts, all the things, but I figured I'd just take you along the journey rather than thinking that my garden is gonna be perfect before I can show you anything, okay? Anyways, without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So this is basically what the front of my garden looks like. I'm standing in front of the trellis and it just goes straight back. I also have some things over there, but we'll get into that later. So I want to give you a quick layout of how I'm going to do this video so we don't feel like we're all over the place. So what I'm going to do first is kind of show you everything towards this side of the garden, and then we're going to work our way towards that side. So follow me, keep up, let's go. Okay, so this is what we are working with, and we are starting with this pot. Now we have some dahlias starting to pop up along with a celosia flower that I am enjoying. I don't know what color it's going to be. I can't remember if I planted the pink or the purple, but we will see. You have to be subscribed in order to see what color this flower is going to turn into. Anyway, then on the side here we have my daughter's flower. This is a celosia. Her name is Rose, and she's just doing her thing over here. Next, we are getting into this bed. Now, this bed is just a modge podge of things that I'm like, okay, if it can fit, it's going to grow. So I have an orange glow watermelon here, along with some zinnias that I randomly started popping seeds on this side of the dirt one bored day I guess I had. And then we have some strawberries. Now, this is the first season of these strawberries, so I know they're not going to give me much. There is a few strawberries on this, but I'm really looking to next year. I'm looking for it to give me some runners too, so I can have some more of this variety. This one over here is called the Pretty Pink, and this one is called the, what is this? A Strawberry Sequoia. And then I also planted a row of just different flowers, zinnias, marigolds, everything, cosmos, all down this row here. So I'm excited to see what those look like this summer. I have an orange bell pepper that I grew from seed here. I have a zinnia here, Italian basil. I also have a burpless cucumber that is growing up this trellis here, and it is very good looking, if I must say so myself. It's kind of meh because we're in the heart of the afternoon sun right now, but it still looks good. We have an okra here. This is the velvet variety, something velvet. We have a bean. I can't tell you what kind of bean. I'm also growing some sweet potato slips. I know I should have got this started a long time ago, but it's, you know, it's now or never. So anyway, I have a marigold. Now, this is an exciting marigold. This is actually a white marigold. I'm so used to seeing yellow and orange marigolds. So when I saw a white flowered marigold, I had to get my hands on it. And this is it right here. We have a salvia, which honestly, it brings me a ton of bees. We have a sugar cube cantaloupe. This is a yellow bell pepper. We also have a big Jim chili pepper here, along with two more strawberries. This one looks like it's giving me a runner, which I'm gonna allow it to touch the dirt so I can get some more. Then we also have some more zinnias, which lead to this sunflower. I cannot tell you what kind of sunflower it is. I don't know. My kids just stuck it in there and it popped up. And then this is a sugar baby watermelon. Sorry, it's so loud in my background. They're doing construction, but as I was editing, I realized I didn't mention that this is a borage. So that is the layout of this bed here. This is actually a 8x2 that I built myself. So that's this bed. We also have a lavender here. I harvested this a few weeks ago, so I'm glad to see that some more are coming back. And then on this side, we have a loofah sponge. If you didn't know that loofah grows on a cantaloupe looking, not a cantaloupe, a cucumber looking vegetable, then now you know. Loofah is not plastic, honey. It's natural, okay? And then I also have a nasturtium coming up over here. And so I'm expecting, yes? Wow. I'm expecting all of these to kind of grow up this trellis, and we'll see what happens. Now this bed, believe it or not, was filled with a bunch of flowers, but there is a spider or something that's in there, and it basically ate all of the seedlings. So we do have a few flowers left over. I see some zinnias and marigolds. I think that's a lupine back there and some nasturtiums. But I'm looking to kind of plant some radishes in here. It'll be a quick, you know, instant gratification kind of vegetable to grow. So we'll see. So we have a honey bear sunflower right here, and it's looking really good. So I cannot wait to see what that turns into. This is a part of the garden chores that I said I still had to do. Now, this is going to be basically like my herb tower. And right now I have a lot of things kind of just sitting in the pot, inside the pot. So I got to get some dirt going in. I have some lemon verbena. I have some mojito mint. That's a basil. This is a chocolate mint. That's a lavender, some chamomile, regular peppermint. And I think that's it. And I also have a lot of things from seed that I want to get started in here. So we'll see how that turns out. Maybe if you subscribe, you can see it in my June garden tour. But now that leads us to this first bed. This is a 6x3 bed that I built myself actually when we first moved in here. So if you watch my last video, you kind of saw how we filled this up and got this prepared for fall. But on the sides here, I decided to try to border it with some beautiful flowers. So these are Cane's pink and Potomac pink snapdragons that I grew from seed. And they're actually starting to come in really beautifully. I haven't seen many bees over here, so I don't know what's going on with that, but we'll see. I actually have 2 peppers, but it's being blocked by this huge basil plant right here. And so my garden chore that I have to do is cut this down to make some pesto and some basil seasoning. And in the process, it'll hopefully give those peppers behind it some more airflow. So that is a Sunbright pepper. This is a California Wonder pepper. And this is a California Wonder pepper. Behind it is a paprika pepper, and they're looking really good. But like I said, the airflow, I also have to stake that up because it's kind of leaning over. The airflow is very minimal. I have some beets coming in here. This is my first time growing beets, so I'm really excited. I can't tell if this is a beet or a chard, but I think it's a beet. And then I also have some flowers kind of planted in the midst. This is a what is this? It's a dahlia that's coming up. It's called the Candy Shop something. And then I have another dahlia popping up, some celosia, a zinnia. That's a Sunbright pepper right there. And then some more basil. Like my basil does really well. I don't know. I don't have a secret, but it seems to always do really well when I grow it from seed. So I definitely have to cut this down too, because I have a mini bell pepper that's growing here, but it's not getting much airflow. And then I also have a, what is that back there? A chocolate bell pepper, and it's not getting much airflow either. And so we're gonna cut that down. We have some lemon balm over here along with a echinacea flower. And then of course it's bordered with the snapdragons. Now I believe these are the Potomac pink because they're darker pink. These are the Canes because it's more of a lighter pink. And I absolutely love them. I think it gives the garden a great touch. But I also see a lot of free space in here that I'm probably gonna put some more things in there. I probably am. Okay, so now we are at the border, or I guess the walkway, and we have our ground cherry. And this ground cherry, I cannot keep the kids off of it. So I think there's some that's fallen down. So this is what it looks like. Ooh, clear up. And so basically, you just open it up. Just gonna wipe it down a bit. That's good. That's good. So yeah, so that is the ground cherry. Behind it, we have some more dahlias, and these are like a creeping kind of plant. I can't remember what it was called. Is it alyssum? It probably is. I don't know, honey. I just threw some seeds in and let's kind of see what happens. And that's the same with this. I believe these are different varieties of zinnias, and it was kind of like throw the seeds in and see what happens. And they're looking pretty good. It looks like a random Cosmo was in the center here, but oh, butterfly. But anyway, this right here is my pride and joy. These are my Lisianthus. Now, from most of the gardening videos that I've seen, they always say that Lisianthus are a very hard flower to grow. I grew a ton of them, and these are what survived because the seeds are so tiny, but they are looking amazing, and I'm so excited. So I have Voyage First Love in here. I have Voyage Champagne, Roseanne, and Arena 3. And so I believe these are going to be so beautiful once they start blooming in the summer. Then next to it, I have a stevia plant, what is this? A hyssop. What is it called? What's it called? It's called a hyssop. So that's a hyssop flower. And then I have some apple mint and some peppermint, which I'm also going to put inside the tower. And then that leads us to the second bed. So right beside the second bed, I have a cauliflower, which is, child, I don't know why I be lying. That is a whole collard green. It is not a cauliflower. It's doing so well here in the shade. I have another, well, my children, they love this pot, and so they decided to throw flowers in there. So we'll see what happens. And these are some random snapdragons that I just didn't have any more room for. So I put them in this pot and they look like they're doing okay. But yeah, so here in this bed, this is another 6x3, except it's only 2 boards up instead of 3, is where all of my tomatoes lie. So I have a San Marzano, I have a Roma, I have a beefsteak, which is giving me a potato. It's giving me a tomato. And then I have another Roma over here, and they're just looking really good. I do have to keep them pruned because they kind of get out of control. In the next row, I have a jalapeno, a nasturtium, and a marigold that's been rocking with me since the fall. Another nasturtium. I have a cinnamon basil. I have a sweet habanero, a zinnia. This is a Cosmo that I actually got from the farmer's market. I have, what kind of tomato is this? This is a Mr. Stripey tomato. I have some more marigolds. This is this is the sweet habanero. This one is the Sunhaven pepper. And some more nasturtium, celosia. There's a lemon balm there. And then I have my row of zinnias. I love how this is like a pink. This looks like it's going to be a peachy, another pink, but it's also giving me some more blooms that will be coming up shortly. And that's a jalapeno. And then I have a lone sunflower that doesn't look like he's doing too well, but he's back there. And so that concludes this bed. Right in front of this bed, I have a super sweet 100 tomato that looks like it's doing really well right here. Right behind it, I have a zucchini, which I don't think they're getting pollinated, but you know, we'll see. It still looks really good, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. And then this is like my lettuce bed. Something literally came and tore up my Napa cabbage. That was a Napa cabbage. I'm not gonna lie to you, I did find the caterpillar and I probably ripped it apart and threw it. I don't know for sure. We're not gonna talk about that. But the rest in here is just a mixture of lettuce and chard and collard greens, red boar kale. I have a lacinato kale back there. I have some celery doing well over there. So, and then I have some fennel in here. Let's see, there's a fennel. I have some fennel growing in here. And then I also put some like some summer, I think, a heat tolerant carrots along the side here that are coming up. So that is what's happening in this bed here. And as we work our way over to this side, we have a yellow pear tomato, which I'm excited. I never tried a yellow pear tomato, so we'll see how this one does. Then we have our sweet potato. This is a different type, sorry, of the plane. This is a different type of sweet potato than the slips that I'm trying to grow in the previous bed I showed you. And I know for a fact that I planted way too many vines in this one bed, but you know, tomato, we'll see what happens. Okay, so in this bed, I have some more tomatoes. I have an orange peach, which is giving me some tomatoes. I'm excited. I have another Roma behind it, another San Marzano, a beefsteak, and that's another Roma, and that's another beefsteak. And I have so many Romas and beefsteaks because I want to try my hand at preserving, and I want to make a lot of salsa and a lot of tomato sauce for spaghetti and things. So I'm growing multiple of the same plant so I can have enough to can. And then right next to it, I have a Sun Gold, which is my favorite tomato, and it is giving me so many everywhere. I'm excited. And then up here I have what is this? This is a hybrid. This is a tomato gladiator. And then this is a Cherokee purple that it doesn't look like it's doing too well, but we'll see. And then I have a sweet California Wonder. And then I also have a Costa Rican pepper. And then there's just flowers planted all throughout, some calendula, nasturtiums. I have a little lizard. I have a lot of lizards in my garden, which I'm actually thankful for because they take away a lot of the spiders. And then in between each tomato, I have a sunflower. I'm not sure what kind of sunflowers they are, but I have another one back there. So I have a bunch of sunflowers coming up. And then this right here is a Cosmo that I also got from the farmer's market, actually from friends that I met at the farmer's market. So I'm excited for that. And this is this bed here. Not much, but still enough. Next to it, I have two Shasta daisies. I have a Becky variety, and then I have the Alaskan variety. I don't know if they'll give me flowers this year. They may give it to me next year. I'm not sure, but we'll see. And then this used to be like my herb bed. This is actually a bench that I found on the side of the road, and I turned it into a garden bed. Talk about being resourceful. That's me. Anyway, I have some calendula in here. I have some chamomile in here, and I have some yarrow, but I believe these are grown just way too compacted. I had thrown seeds in just to see what happens, and I don't think they like being this compact. So this is actually another garden chore that I have to do, which is to kind of like take these out. Thankfully, yarrow, they can be handled, they can be transplanted. They're not gonna like get transplant shock or anything. So I'm gonna take them out, and I'll show you where I'm going to put them in a second. But that's this bed. I have some nasturtiums growing in there. I have a mullein in here. I have a zinnia in here. So it's just a modge podge of things in this bed. But once I take out these yarrow, I'll probably leave a few in there. I'll have more room to put something else. I'll probably put like a vining squash or something in there, but just let it trellis over the side of the bench. Since I don't have a trellis, I'll probably do that. So that's another chore that I have to do in preparation of June. Next to that, this is a straight neck squash, and I'm really excited for this one. I've never grown squash of any kind before, so I'm excited to see what happens of that. This is what is this? This is another sun gold. So this is another sun gold tomato. As you can see, we love sun golds. So this is a sun gold that I'm excited to start, you know, seeing some fruit come of it. And then down to one of the last 6x3 beds. I will put in a small shout out for my husband. He did help me build some of these beds. This is one of them. And so in this bed, I have a lot of my peppers and eggplants, and of course some flowers. So on this side, I have the snapdragons still keeping up with the same theme. I also have a paprika pepper that is giving me, look at how big this pepper is. Oh my goodness. So it's giving me some peppers that I'm really excited about. This is a banana pepper. I have some more lemon balm, an echinacea, a celosia. This is another ground cherry, which we are having a lot of ground cherries that I gotta go down there and get. These are carrots. I don't think, well, these type of carrots don't like the heat, so I don't think they're gonna get any bigger. I'm still gonna leave them just in case they do. But yeah, so far I've been sucking at growing carrots, and so I'm gonna have to wait for fall to try again. I have a dahlia coming up here. This is a serrano pepper. Some more dahlias coming up. This is a black beauty eggplant. I forgot, this is a basil that's going to flower. I'm also gonna cut this down and get some more airflow to the peppers behind it, which is another California wonder. And I have 2 more eggplants. So that's an eggplant there. And then this is an eggplant on the other side of this basil, which is also growing out of control. And then I have the same farmer's market vendor I got this Cosmo from as well. Check out your local farmers markets. A lot of them have really good seed starts or seedlings that you can put in your garden for very much cheaper than at the box stores. And then of course I have my snapdragons coming along this row here. So that's all of what's in this bed. This is a eggplant as well. And this is a tomato that I had pruned, and I dropped it in my children's like makeshift pond that they made out of their kiddie pool. I did a little short on there if you haven't seen my YouTube short about it. It started growing roots. So I went ahead and stuck it in dirt to see what happens. I don't know what kind of tomato it is, so it's kind of like a wait and see if it even survives. I forgot to tell you guys that these are Yukon Gold potatoes, but as I'm editing, you can clearly see the growth difference from just a week ago. So that's what this is. Before I take you to the other side of the trellis, I'm gonna come into this section, which is funny story. I know you see a bunch of boxes. My husband would not allow me to build any more grow beds. And so I said, you know what? You will not stop me. And I found someone was actually getting rid of all of these boxes. And so I took them and filled them with dirt. And now we have beans. we have beans. I believe it's some green beans and black beans. I have to do much better at labeling my stuff. I know I do. One day I'll grow up, but I guess it's not today. On this side here, I have some more scabiosa. I think in the beginning of the video, I called one of the flowers a celosia, but I believe that's a scabiosa as well. And this is another zucchini. This is, I don't know. I did try to label, but I labeled it with a marker and then it got washed out in the rain. So I don't know. But in here is where I will plant up some of that yarrow to bring some color to these cardboard boxes. And then in here, I actually just planted these out. I did label these. So this is a spaghetti squash. These 3 are butterbush squashes. So it's not as big as a butternut squash, but I do have some butternut squash that I have to plant out. But it can trellis over the side. So all of these are going to kind of come over the side and just vine out here since I don't have a trellis. And now this box I'm saving for when those sweet potato slips grow on that sweet potato I showed you in a few clips behind. That is where I will be planting these. And then there's some other boxes over there that I will figure out what to do with them because I'm addicted, and that's what I'm going to do. And so that is this section over here. And now we move to the last section, which is on the other side of the trellis, and we'll start in this grow bag here. I have another Cosmo, which was also a part of like all the Cosmos that you've seen. I got it from the same place. He actually had a volunteer zinnia growing next to it, so I just planted it in there as well. And this is a Hale's Best cantaloupe. Now this looks so good. I can't wait to see what it's going to give us. Here, all of these in good faith are not labeled, so I don't know. I want to say they're watermelons and cucumbers and things, loofah, I don't know, but they are growing along this side here. I'm gonna have some mushrooms because they kind of got, it's been raining a lot, and then I watered it, and mushrooms love overly watered plants. But anyways, this is a lemon boy tomato. This is another white marigold, some salvia. I also did the same thing. I'm trying to keep things, you know, kind of organized. As you can see, I have my zinnias along the side, and then I also planted random flowers down the entire path here. I have a basil here. This is a lemon boy, but it doesn't look too well. I don't know what it's going to do. If it doesn't do anything, then I'll just replace it with that tomato over there. There's another tiny okra coming up. I want to say that this is a watermelon, but I want to say it's a watermelon. I'm gonna say it's a watermelon. What kind? I don't know. And then I have a borage right here along with some zinnias, and I'm excited to see what this will look like. This right here is a white jasmine. I don't think they like the heat, so it's not doing as good as it was when I had it in the shade, but I believe it'll do much better come the fall time when it starts to cool down. So I'm still gonna leave it here. I won't have it every season, but you know, it'll be fine. And then here I have a lone Mexican Tithonia sunflower, which is known to get about 4 to 6 feet tall. So I just left it by itself. I don't want it to be crowded. I want this to get as big as it can get. And then last but not least, I have some more scabiosa flowers that I'm excited to kind of see. So this is the full garden. This is everything. I have a bonus clip. Yes, my kids took the seeds of something. I want to say it's like a cantaloupe or a cucumber, some kind of melon that is growing randomly in the middle of the grass here next to their insect paradise that they've also created for the bugs. But this is a bonus clip I wanted to show you. This is some of the work that I have to do to get prepared for June. So these are the mini harvest pumpkins along with some beans and things that I have to get planted out in more garden chores. I probably listed out about 6 different garden chores already. So let me know if you want a garden chore video, and I will definitely get that to you so you can see how I go from this to this. But that is officially all I have for you guys. So I will see you in my next video. Bye.
Mama, look.
What?
Mommy, come here. Mommy, hold this. Look. What?
It's mushroom.